All right, welcome back. Video 2 in Chapter 4. We look at the market forces of supply and demand. And we're going to start talking about supply. Now, supply is tricky. People struggle with supply because they don't really think like suppliers. They think like demanders. They think low price, low price, low price. But to help you get in the right mindset for being a supplier, let's put it in your own wheelhouse, in your own self-interest. Did you know no matter what, you're going to go into business for yourself? You have a product to sell. It's called your time. You're getting an education so you can get smarter, so you can get a degree, so you can get a job. Why? So you can get money. The more money you have, the better your outcome. That's not always the case. I could be doing probably a lot better financially working in business, but I just really enjoy being a professor. So there are some trade-offs that are non-monetary. However, I had to have an education to be a professor. So either way, I had to better myself to be able to do what I love. And I also need to be able to pay the light bill. So we have to start thinking about suppliers. It's best to start thinking about you as a supplier of your time for your future employer or as an entrepreneur. Either way, your time has to be worth something for you to be compensated. You ever bought anything from a company and you spent a lot of money for it and it wasn't worth it? Yeah, we've all been there. Did you ever buy it again? No, you did not. Have you ever bought anything, it was a great value, and you're like, holy crap, this is great, I'm gonna buy this again? That's what you wanna be on the job market. They're like, man, this person's really, really great. In fact, I'd pay more for that. Hello, Rays. So, do you wanna sell your time for a high price or a low price? Oh, wait, no, you don't wanna sell it for a low price? Okay, gotcha. So you wanna sell it for a high price. Oh, not only that, you wanna sell it for as high as you can get? True story. I mean, it took less money to be a professor, but at the same time, I'd still like to be a well-compensated professor. I mean, that's just, I want to spend my time. I'm doing these videos for you. I'd like to be compensated for it. Enjoy the ads. When we're a firm, we have to go by the law of supply, which says that the price goes up, the quantity supplied goes up. For example, if I'm trying to pay you $5 an hour, how much of your time are you willing to give me? Not much. If I'm trying to pay you $50 an hour, how much time will you give me? A lot. If I'm trying to pay you $500 an hour, how much time will you give me? You're like, buddy, I'll work 27 hours a day. I'll figure it out. There's only 24 hours in a day. You just trust me, $500 an hour, you try to figure out how to work 27. Let's go back to our Skittles example. So, price one, $1. Price two, $2. Price three, $3. Okay? Let's go firm 1, firm 2, firm 3, and then we'll total it up down here. Now, when we're totaling this up, we're looking for the quantity supplied. Now, when we're thinking about this, and again, this will be a supply schedule, it's what you're willing to supply at different prices. Just like a demand schedule is what you're willing to purchase at different prices, your demand schedule. When we start thinking about this, we have to keep in mind though, firms want to make money. So if price goes up, they're willing to increase their quantity supplied. So, firm 1, let's say, then these are, let's say, distributors of Skittles. I know this is a grave oversimplification of Skittles, but let's just say we have 3 distributors, and if you recall from the previous video, our numbers may not match up because distributors are obviously going to sell more than people or individuals are going to buy. We only surveyed 3 individuals, so let's assume they're dealing with thousands, and let's express this in terms of tens of thousands. So we'll use smaller numbers. So when I say 10, I'm saying 10,000. Let's say in class, normally what I do is I'll pick like 3 people in the class and I'll say, hey, Susie, you're firm number 1, how many Skittles do you want to give me? And she'll say 10 for 10,000. At $1, she wants to give me 10. All right. Firm 2 usually comes back in, they have like an anchor pricing, like some behavioral economics here. If she just said 50, you know, the numbers would be closer to 50, but if she says 10, then this next person says something like 12, and then the last person says, you know what, I'm going to one up them, and I'll go 15. All right, so we have to do the math here. We got 37, is that right? 37 total Skittles supplied, okay? Bags of Skittles. And let's say that's in tens of thousands. Price 2, price just doubled, and this is where little Susie, bless her heart, because she is just setting the anchor price. I'll say, hey, the price just doubled, it's $2, how many do you want to give me? And it never fails. Every semester I have someone says, you know what, I gave you 10 the first time, I want to give you 8 now. And I'm like, are you sure about that? Because the price just doubled. And they're like, yeah, it's more expensive, so we're not going to sell as much, I don't want to do as much. Yeah, not true. Your price, the money you can make, just doubled. Do you want to sell more or less? You want to sell more. Somebody's trying to pay you more to do your job. Take the money. Okay? So then we give some gentle guidance to that student, and then Susie comes back and says, you know what? Price doubles. I'm going to go to 15 because I can make more money here. Okay? And then firm 2, they start to catch on here, and they say, well, I was doing 12 before. Let's go. You know what? I'll do 15. Okay? And price doubles, and firm 3 says, you know what? Give me 20 now. All right, so now we're at 50 overall. All right, so then we play this game again, and people are finally realizing that more money is better. Firm 2 says, all right, the price is now $3. It's triple from before. Let me go to 20. I'm willing to supply more because I can make more money. Firm 2 says, you know what? I'll do that. Let me one up you. I'll go to 21. And then firm 3, maybe at this point is half paying attention, says something like 19. I'm like, didn't you give me 20 the previous time, and now you're going to make more money and you want to give me less? So they'll say, oh, yeah, that's right. I'll give you 30. Okay, so we got what, 51, 71? All right, so what do you notice to the total quantity supplied as price goes up? Well, if we look at it this way, as price increases, quantity supplied also increases, which is a positive relationship. They're both going in the same direction. This is the law of supply, which is illustrated in our supply schedule. Now, if we did this for every distributor in America, this would be a very confusing table. You wouldn't be able to pick a whole lot out of it. What if we could just do some sort of visual representation and simplify this bad boy? That would be great, right? Well, here's what we do. We can draw a supply curve. We've got prices and we've got quantities. So I'm going to graph price on a vertical axis. Horizontal axis, I'm going to put quantity. All right. And I am going to take 3 prices. Let's say $1. Let's say $2. And let's say $3. I'm going to pick 3 random quantities here. Why don't we say 37, 50, 71. Now, we can graph this quite easily. At $1, we sold 37, so let's just find our coordinates there. Okay, draw a line out, and then at $2, okay, 50. Then at $3, 71. Let's connect the dots. It's a little bit crooked, but you know what? This is live television for you. It's still positively sloped supply curve. All right. Alright, so normally, it's a little more straight, but in the real world, it's not always perfectly straight, so let's just roll with it. Got your supply curve positively sloped. It's a positive relationship. As price goes up, quantity demand goes out. We've graphed this right here, and that's as simple as a supply curve is. Now, what happens here when we put these two crazy kids together? Well, equilibrium happens, and what happens here if these bad boys start shifting? Well, you have movement along the curve, and then you have shifts of the curve. In the next video, I'm going to break that down for you. So be sure to come back for that. Thanks.